Tony Jardine, motorsport pundit, and Des Kelly, tabloid sports columnist and radio commentator, are about to take on one of the world's most demanding motorsport rallies. It's a challenge that will journey through 800 kilometers in sub-zero temperatures in Lapland, Finland's northern territory within the Arctic Circle. Known for its unforgiving rally stages and harsh conditions, driving precision, accuracy and teamwork will be the only way they make it through the grueling 2 days racing. Tony and Des are not strangers to rally motorsport and have had first-hand experience of its savageness, as Tony's crash 13 years ago left co-driver Des in hospital for several weeks. Returning for the first time in 10 years, they're determined to finish the 10-stage event for the very first time, having been unsuccessful in the past. As an amateur team, they're competing against the world's best and only have 3 days once they arrive in the Arctic Circle to prepare. Tony is yet to secure a car, and Des has an expired racing license. Local forecasters predict an average temperature of minus 25 degrees centigrade, and they're the only two Brits entering the 122 car lineup. Odds are stacked heavily against them as the two prepare to enter the Wolves' Den in this year's Arctic Lapland Rally.
We've had failure in this event, that's why we want to try and put it right.
I think we just want to finish. We want to get there in a decent shape, finish, survive the rally, and survival's what it's about.
As a class of motorsport, rallying has a long history. Originating within mainland Europe, dating back as far as the early 1900s, rallying has long been considered as the toughest form of motorsport. Using modified production or specially built road-legal cars, drivers must complete multiple timed sprint races through terrains mapped out specifically for their difficult conditions and challenging routes. They aim to complete the stages in the fastest times, following precise instructions on gear selections and cornering manoeuvres by their co-drivers. Since its beginning in 1966, the Arctic Lapland Rally in Finland has provided some of the most extreme conditions for rally teams and drivers to take on. Roads of ice and snow in the notorious harsh climate of minus 40 degrees centigrade test not only the car's performance and reliability, but driving skill and navigation. Once out in the Arctic wilderness, racing regulations insist that only the drivers and co-drivers deal with breakdowns and any problems incurred during the timed runs. Because of this, it's required that all cars carry Arctic survival equipment, and the teams have basic survival training before they compete, as it could be several hours before the team are located.
The danger side of Arctic Rally is, for sure, it is super cold outside, and a lot of the stages that we do is on roads that don't have any type of civilization around them. So we can be in the middle of nowhere if we park up something, technical problems, if we go off. We need to bring a lot of warm clothes in the car. It's also part of the regulations. It's the only rally in the world where that is part of the regulations. But I think it's smart, because if you go out there and it's minus 25-30 degrees, you won't stand so long. So bring some proper jackets and you should be all right.
The Scandinavians generally are the best rally drivers in the world, and what they do at speed in those conditions and their car control and their bravery, they just defy everything. So for us just to be in the same event is unbelievable.
When they start rally driving, they are driving this like roads. They are driving with snow and ice roads. Every year they have driving gravel roads, and that's why we have no tarmac stages in Finland. That's why they are not so good in tarmac. But in snow and gravel they are They are very, very quick.
When I was born, my father was a co-driver, and my mother was just stopped to be co-driver. So I was born to rally family. So that's why I'm in rally.
I always say that we have a long culture in rally driving from the 60s already. So more or less it used to be one of our national sports. We take rally quite seriously. We have slippery roads every day during the winter time. So we are used to some skidding and controlling car. And I think our mentality is quite good. We are not too hot temper and we don't talk much, but then you just put the pedal to the metal and go.
It was actually quite simple and quite clear that I will be a co-driver one day, because that's why I'm not a ice hockey player or football player. I'm a rally co-driver, and it's quite simple, from father to son.
We are going into the Wolves Den. We're coming into the lair of the Scandinavians.
There's so many things that could go wrong. It just takes half a second. You just need to be as well prepared as you possibly can be and hope it works out for you, because that's pretty much how it is.
The Arctic Lapland Rally is truly a unique challenge for any team who dare take it on. The question is whether Des and Tony have got what it takes to finish and complete the 243 kilometres of hostile Arctic terrain. It's early January in the UK, and a week before the rally, Tony and Des head to Birmingham's Autosport show to resolve the issue of Des's expired racing licence. Des needs to complete an official Motorsport Association medical before he is granted a renewed licence. If he fails the medical, their third attempt at the Arctic Lapland Rally will be over before it's even started. They make their way to a small office to begin a series of tests focusing on vision and general fitness. Des knows that Tony will have to find a new co-driver if he fails to get the medic's pass note. The Arctic Lapland Rally covers a vast area of northern Finland, most of which is sparse and uninhabited. A decent level of fitness means a higher chance of survival if they find themselves stuck in the barren landscapes and in need of rescuing. After a series of medical examinations, Des appears and it seems he has passed. The Motorsport Association have granted him a new medical pass note and a renewed racing licence. The adventure has officially begun. Arriving in Lapland in sub-zero temperatures, the pair now have only 3 days, along with the rest of the competitors, to prepare for the rally. Local forecasters predict the temperature will drop further from the current -21 to a chilling -30 degrees centigrade. It's morning, with 3 days to go until the start of the rally. Tony and team boss Ollie Marshall make their way to a local Finnish rally team's garage to secure the loan of a car Tony plans to drive in the rally. As the only British team entering the rally, Tony has sourced a locally built car, as it's logistically easier than shipping his UK rally car to Finland, and built by local mechanics. Ollie seems confident it's up to the job.
It makes much more sense to use a car and a team who are already here than ship the car that Tony normally uses out from the UK. It's prepared for these conditions, it's set up for these conditions, the team know the conditions really well.
I am hoping that what we see and what Ollie starts looking at is a good, well-prepared car. That's what we need. We don't want the car to let us down, so we're about to find out what our package is like.
Inside the garage, Tony sees the car he plans to drive for the very first time. Until he seals the deal to acquire the car, he has to put aside his excitement and retain his business head.
Jarkko, team boss, just checking over the final details of the contract, because obviously we've worked this out very carefully, the terms between us, and then hopefully he's going to sign. And if he signs, we can drive. If he doesn't sign, I'm going home.
It's a full-spec group and car for you to enjoy.
Thanks, Jarkko. And I get free coffee too.
With the car in Tony's hands, he can continue to make technical assessments to ensure it suits his driving style.
It feels really good. Look at this. Where's my furry dice? Look at this. The steering, everything about this car is super professional. It's just got a fabulous, it feels like a new car. I'm really impressed. But now, of course, I'm a little bit nervous because this is a serious piece of kit.
The difficulty of this challenge is fast becoming clear. Team boss Ollie has arranged a test drive on a nearby frozen lake, where they will meet co-driver Des and where they'll both get a chance to sample the car on snow. After a quick spin with Tony behind the wheel, Des steps up for his go to sample the car's capabilities.
Well, there's plenty of open space, so I've just got to make sure I don't break the car, but give it a run, take it for a little slide. I'll get some lessons while I'm out there. Good luck, everyone. I'd step well back.
Slightly more cautious driving, this allows co-driver Des to feel the car's response to driver input and will allow him to take over in case of an emergency.
Thank God I'm not driving. We'd be last. It's extremely powerful, revs extremely high, the gearbox is instant, you have to be very decisive, and of course it's incredibly hard to control on the ice, but I'm an amateur and I think that showed.
In 2 days' time, Tony and Des will take on the Arctic Lapland Rally, having only just acquired a car. Their competition, the best local drivers in the world.
They are the best in the world.
I mean, it's an extreme Arctic rally for us, but for them it's just a competition in their homeland.
I think it's almost born into them.
We have these kind of conditions 6 months in a year.
On snow and ice and gravel, they are very, very fast.
That's typical Finland, Sweden, a little bit Norway. These type of stages in those countries, they are very fast, so maybe we are used to it.
There is much work to be done as the pair get stuck into their Arctic rally adventure.